the time Ben Amtzarim is referred to the 3 weeks, the time between Shavas Tammuz and Tisha B'Av. So the way he starts this, where he says depressing, right? The way he starts, Parak Aleph.
I've been taught it's depressing.
Ma'alas hayamim haktoshim ha'elu v'darkei ha'avodah b'hem. The Maila of these holy days. What is the Maila of these days? We always looked at it as there's no Mailas, it's just negative, it's just sad. He starts off with, let's understand what's the Maila of these holy days. Just flipped it on its head, just the title. You gotta
lure there in somehow.
What?
We gotta lure you in somehow.
The first rule is the first rule is to know that these days have tremendous light in them. It's just being revealed in a different way. What does that mean? There are days that are coming now which are very extremely holy days. During these days that we have a special way that we can connect to the Shekhinah. And when during these 3 weeks we have a way to connect to HaKadosh Baruch Hu in a way that we never have a way to connect in any other time of the year. Ki hinei Tisha B'Av nikra Moyed. The pasuk in Eicha says that Tisha B'Av is called a Moyed. Where does it say? K'moshe Dosh Chazam HaPasuk Alai Moyed Lishbei B'Churei. There's a very, very sad pasuk in the Megillah, in the Megillah Eicha, that talks about, it says, call upon this day a Moyed to break all the Bachrim. All the young lads were being broken and smashed, and that whole thing. And in that pasuk it says, "Call this day a mayed." A mayed usually means an appointed time, but the Gemara says mayed. You see that the pasuk uses the word mayed in Eicha one time, meaning Tisha B'Av is going to be a yontif. What does that mean? You're right. It says in the pasuk the word mayed. Aval Klali is a pasuk, but if you look at the context of the pasuk, it's not talking about a yontif, it's talking about a terrible time. It's talking about the complete opposite. How are you going to say that right now that Tisha B'Av is considered a yontif because it says mayed about the most horrible thing? Kasha Moyed who lishbar b'churai rachman litzlan. Beside the Indian, he's saying that the secret of the whole idea of the 3 weeks, the whole idea of Tisha B'Av is it's definitely it's Yom Tov. Like every other yontif, there's a special energy, a positive special energy that's shining during these 3 weeks during Tisha B'Av. There's one rule about all energy that flows to a person. There's one rule. If we have the kelim to accept the light, then it's light that flows in a positive way. Then the way it was given in its intended format, you can accept it. If you have the receptacle, right, you're going to plug your shaver into a 220 and it only holds a 110, it's going to blow up. Because you don't have
the audio and the right and left.
No, you need the kalim. You always need the vessels to receive the oil. So this light, when it flows properly, and we have the kalim to receive, take it in another way. The guys who win the lottery, right, don't have the kalim to receive that money. They blow up very fast. They don't have that, and they end up bankrupt very fast. Why? They just got a tremendous amount of oil, but they didn't have the kalim for it. Sometimes you sit in a shiur and you try to explain something to somebody, and he doesn't have the kalim for it, and you're being neitzenergy in the same way, because anytime you're being mashpia and that person doesn't have the kalim to accept it, you're being neitzenergy. You're giving nothing. You're giving shefa, and there's no makabel.
I don't know if you put it.
It's like any other situation where you're giving shefa, and there's nobody to be makabel it in a healthy way. So that's what's happening over here. So he's saying over here, Aval im ain't like kliroi. If you don't have the proper kalim, as a magia elov, the light comes in betzurishal koishi betzar. It feels very, very painful because it's positive light, but he goes through tremendous pain and turmoil because of it, because he doesn't have the kalim for it. As I magia elov betzurishal koishi betzar. Mamish. Even though the light is the same light, it's the same positivity. To him it's super painful because he doesn't have the kalim to accept it. So it's a pain. He can sit in a shir, and to him it's painful because he doesn't have the kalim to accept it. He doesn't understand what's going on. So him it's painful. To somebody else, he understands and he's accepting. He's machaya with every word that's being said. Same thing with any other type of shefa. L'chein, kan afsham moyed nefach lishbar b'chudai rachman aslan. This moyed, as of now, as it stands today, as the pasuk reads in Megillah Eicha today, that the moyed is as it relates to lishbar b'chudai. But why? Zerak b'glal. This is only because shaloi hayinu reuyim. The light was so strong that we didn't have the kalim to accept it. And therefore it became very painful. It doesn't reduce down the idea that there's a yontif shining, there's energy shining like any other yontif. We just don't have the kalim to accept it, so it comes across as super painful. There's a light of yontif shining.
Are we supposed to be anticipating the new Beis Hamikdash? Is that what part of?
We'll get to what it's saying. Mashal la'aba. He says it's a mashal to a father. Sha'ayev esbenai, who loves the son very much. V'hinei, ima ben zoicha, if the son is zoicha, and he's behaving, right? And the father's giving him presents, the father's getting along with him, everything's working out perfect. If the son decides he wants to go the other way, he wants to make a left turn at 6-7 years old, then all of a sudden the father's punishing him. Did the love to the child change because he behaved or didn't behave? No. At 5 years old, 6 years old, your love as a father, whether you're giving him presents, whether you're punishing him, it's coming from the exact same place. You're trying to get your son to the best possible place. The love remains the same. He's just not able to receive it in a proper way because he's acting a certain way. Your love towards him didn't change. When he becomes older, when he becomes teenagers, then we start taking things personally, and then all of a sudden it becomes a little bit different. It's not only out of love, it becomes out of our ego. He touched my somebody for a second, so I have to deal with that, and then it becomes more ego-based. But when a child's very small, we all understand that anytime you're going to patch a kid running in the street because he ran in front of a car, you're not patching him because a lack of love. It's out of a tremendous love. So, but he can't receive that love in a healthy way because he just ran into the street. So he doesn't have the ability to receive that love. The punishment comes from that love. Just because he loves him, they say it's a Rosh Chodesh Av. In shul, if you see a guy give a kid a candy, you don't know if it's his father or not. Anybody can do. Any guy could be a candy man. But if you see a guy give a kid a punch, you know it's Tati.
He best be his Tati.
It best be his Tati.
Baby.
So that's why it's a if we're getting a patch, if we're experiencing this light as pain, we know it's Tati. It's a Shchaydish Av. We know we're in Tati.
Guess what?
What?
Menachem Bo. Okay, it's good. Shut up. Shut up. Wait, you're coming with me.
I'll
give you a bracha, you're not going to get crazy anymore.
The way we experience the light is all based on how we act. Based on how we act, that's how we experience this light that comes. How's it going to actually manifest itself, this love? It's all depending on us.
You gotta just trust it, man.
V'zeu atam shel Asad Lavei Tisha B'Av Yeh Yantav. Lasad Lavei, we know that Tisha B'Av is going to be a full-blown Yantav. K'be'emes mahusai, u'skulas hayom u'mayed. The energy is like any other Yantav energy. V'yesh by koyach shel Chag.
So it's up to us.
Exactly. Elisha, Kivan Shalai Zachinu, being that we weren't Zaycha, Azai, it's Tayer Amayad Azeh. Now it became, it manifests itself as Tisha B'Av in a very painful way, Ba'ofen Shal Bechi V'Che'ev, in a way of pain and crying. V'asagas Ha'ar Dafkal Yedei Kinnis V'asagas Avelis. The only way we can tap into this light of Yantiv is through the kinnis and through acting through these abelas, by not eating meat and fasting on Tisha B'Av and doing all those things. Through those actions is the only way we can tap into this Yantiv light. It's a fascinating way of seeing it. We're tapping into the Yantiv light.
These have a question.
Dahainu al Yedei is fineness.
These plumbing to tap into a water main.
Kedei Bechi. You know exactly how to tap.
We, I know.
Aber ein zeh moed das mala kamoyed. It doesn't lower its mila as a yontif. The fact that we tap into it from a negative place, from a sad place, from a crying place, from a kinnis place, from a fasting place, because we're tapping into that this yontif energy from there, it doesn't reduce the fact that it's yontif energy.
Okay, and what's that different than all the other sad days? It's just they're all the same.
They're all the same. The idea is when it comes to the 3 weeks, let's take it from Shavasa B'Tammuz through Tisha B'Av. This time is like any other Yantav time. It's a 3-week Yantav. It's a 3-week Yantav that we don't have the Kalim to accept. We don't have the Beis HaMikdash, and the fact that we don't have the Beis HaMikdash means we don't have the Kalim to accept it. We don't have the Kalim, because that's what we're crying for. We're crying for the Beis HaMikdash, which is the Kalim to accept this crazy light, because we know Tisha B'Av is the day Mashiach was born. We know Tisha B'Av is the day Mashiach is going to come. We know Mashiach, it's Mashiach energy. We just don't have that.
Yeah, Modi.
Yeah, you don't have the energy.
We don't have We don't have
Let's go make energy.
We don't have the kalim to absorb this energy today.
Modi does it.
Please, I have a question.
Modi has it, by the way.
I'm 35 years old.
Happy birthday.
120. I have yet to feel this awe from being depressed and sad. Hold on. Maybe,
No, it's smoke.
hold your horses. Hold on a second. Maybe I'm a soul that was sent down to start enjoying Tisha B'Av as a Yom Tov.
You are?
So, and maybe many others, whoever doesn't feel the awe from being sad on Tisha B'Av, maybe it's time to party.
It is. Thank you,
Because
Bernie.
you're saying that right now, we only have the kalim to see the awe through being sad. I don't know. Maybe we gotta try something else. Mushrooms.
For many years, like 20 years, every night, Tisha B'Av night, me, Swilly Williger, and Aaron Zotla, before he even moved to Muncie here, went to the Kalbach Shul for Eichel the first night. Swilly would lane, because every parak somebody else lanes over there. And we used to laugh, and we had the time of our lives every year. On the way there, on the way back. The whole situation was like the funnest night of the year for all.
We waited all year for this.
All year we waited
No,
for
this
the
is
time to go to this and there. And we would cry laughing there. And it was just the funnest night ever for many years. And we used to ask ourselves this question on the way back: are we tapping into Kiddush in another way? Are we tapping into this by laughing? You know, sometimes you come to a Levaya, Rahman al-Islam, and the people are just delirious. They just don't know how to act. They're laughing and crying all at the same time. Because we're in Gullus 2,000 years. Sometimes you go to a chasna and you're dancing your head up, but really because you were in Levaya this morning and you didn't cry there, but you're letting it out into dancing now. Or yesterday you were at a chasna and you didn't dance, but Levaya you're crying because our emotions are just a flick. We don't know which emotion we're really emoting and what it's really from. Sometimes we find ourselves crying about something. It's not this that we're crying about. We're really happy about the other thing. So exactly what you're saying. So it comes the point when I'm crying, I don't know if I'm crying or if I'm laughing. I'm laughing, I don't know if I'm laughing or I'm crying. I could be sitting there laughing by Kaaba, but really I'm crying for the Churban. That's where we're at after 2,000 years. It's a bilbil
Can I tell you a
amoy.
story? Tell you a story, okay?
How long is it?
Last 60 seconds. 60 seconds.
Birdie, you eat Birdie? Whoop!
How did I just get on there?
Is Bernie on?
I'm talking, I'm here like this.
Okay, Birdie,
Trying to make
talk.
the head movement.
60 minutes.
So there was a big carnival with a lot of blow up rides. Okay? a lot of blow up rides, and all the people were there. The whole town, everybody was there. And there's music and there's food and everyone's having a great time. And somebody tripped over the wire, the main cord, and all of a sudden all the rides deflate. So everyone starts crying.
I hate when that happens.
Right. Everyone starts crying and they're crying and they're crying and they're crying, you know, and they gather around and the adults are crying and the kids are crying and everyone's saying, oh, we used to have these big rides, now they're all flat on the ground. And everyone's crying and they start making every year the memorial for this carnival that they used to have so much fun.
And then one schmuck plugged it in.
No,
No.
Then they go on the side.
Much
and
different.
and then they go inside. They see a bunch of little kids. There's a little puddle of water. There's like one broken speaker that's still working. And they're dancing in the puddle of water. And this old man goes like, pulls out the plug. Can't be happy now. There's going to be a carnival here. And like this, they're going on for years. And one day, this kid comes around. He's like, what's going on? So someone tells him, there was one. He's like, and someone pulled the plug and says, where's the plug? Right there. He goes and plugs it back in.
No way.
Now, right? So this is my question. We have gotten to a point that we cry for the
You heard that
Beis
one?
Hamikdash. You know why we cry for the Beis Hamikdash? Because our
Back in.
father said we have to cry for the Beis Hamikdash. Right? The rabbi said, hey,
1 second, our
Okay.
father or the rabbi?
rabbi. Hey, no dancing.
Father's a
Allah.
No, are you talking about God or are you talking about your dad?
The whole book written about it. What happened? Beis Hamikdash is down. Go build it. Move to Israel. Do something about it. The problem is that it became for us that
It's like the neighbors in together.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
It's like, okay, now cry. Are you dancing? No, shut it. You can't. It became, it's like
I agree with
we're
you.
almost like convincing ourselves to be sad. The 3 weeks today is like, okay, what can we do to make ourselves? We don't have it. We're in a good place. A lot of us, Why can't we enjoy the Yom Tov of it already? Who's going to come and tell us that now it's time to switch the page? To turn the page.
Very good question.
That little boy who's that was me last year. Last year I was crying during Tisha B'Av, and then all of a sudden I started laughing. And I'm like, what the hell's wrong with me? I'm like, am I schizo? And I'm like, realize I tapped into Rabbi Akiva. The whole right, the story with Rabbi Akiva in the tzaddikim.
We
they
just
come
saw
out
the
of
fox.
Yerushalayim and they see the fox.
The fox was outside.
I have a fox.
Right, they see the fox in the churban, right? Rabbi Akiva starts laughing. So I realized, I'm like, why am I laughing? I'm like, all the stories and thousands of years, like how close are we to Mashiach? We're the closest we've ever been. And I'm like, started laughing. I'm like, we're mamash right here. We're like, so I started
There you
laughing.
go. And that's the point. You have to keep crying. You can't change it. You should have to keep crying.
You have to stay together.
Stay in
Stay in
the
hood. The hood is good.
hood.
Okay, so if you want to, he takes it a lot deeper.
He has no answer, he just has a question.
He keeps going.
That's fine.
with this.
Yeah.
He keeps
Do we have an
saying that
answer?
the
No,
way
it's
that-
not even-
There's no answer.
No answer. Just the questions.
Awareness.
We're planting seeds.
I'm gonna skip two chapters here. We're gonna go. Ubir oimeke
Why did you come back to Muncie?
The depth of this whole idea. We know that
We all make mistakes.
light shines much brighter in the darkness, right? You light a candle in the daytime, it doesn't do much. You light a candle in the darkness, you're good. Strictly through going into these negative emotions and into this tsar, into the dark place, that's where a candle shines the brightest. We're going into the darkness so that we can shine a light where the light affects the most. The light doesn't affect. When I light a candle on a regular Yom Tov, when everything is bright and everything is shining and everything looks great, that candle doesn't affect so much change as when I bring my candle into Tisha B'Av, into the darkest places. My candle affects the most when I take it down. Through the color of tsar, it seems like on the outside that this whole yontif has a shaykhs to the negative side, to the evil, to the whole samach mem. Because we're going through the klipa, because we're going through the peel, because we're going through the darkness to get to the light, that's why there's a much brighter light here. What we're revealing on Tisha B'Av is not only that the amazing things Hashem does for me. Oh my God, let me tell you a story of Hashgacha Prat. This is the most amazing thing Hashem did for me. Even this thing that happened to me that seems is the worst thing that happened to me. The light of Tisha B'Av gives us that ability to look at everything that happens in our day-to-day as the same way as a regular Yom Tov. The same way when things are good, we run around and we say, Baruch Hashem, thank you Hashem. The light of Tisha B'Av gives us the ability that when things go left and there's a curveball going the other way, that you don't see coming, to also go tell your friends, oh my God, I just had the biggest hashgacha pratis, the most amazing thing happened to me, even if it doesn't seem. And that's v'hakol l'toiva gemura. And that's the light that when we tap into what we would feel the negative energy of Tisha B'Av, we can draw from there the ability to say thank you Hashem in our most difficult times. This is the avoid of the 3 weeks b'chlal, uve Tisha B'Av b'flat, and specifically on Tisha B'Av. Legalas es hashchina akdosha, to reveal the shchina in everything, the hainu lahamek, to go deep, ulegalas, and to reveal ech shehi nimtza b'chol makom v'davar shaboilam, to show that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is in every situation. Ve'shehi mechayev ha'oises hakol, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu enlivens and makes everything happen. Hakol, everything. Not the good, not the bad, the everything. Everything. And when a person understands it, that there's no true negativity. Everything is just the shchina. When you really connect to this level, you're connecting to the shchina akdosha, to the open truth. What?
You're good. You're doing great.
You're doing phenomenal.
Yeah.
This is the point. Oh, I can see you here live. What you do?
Yeah, live was going like this.
Yeah, whoever's watching today got a lot of entertainment from Libels.
He wants to know if I caution it.
Lamaisa, what do we do? What's the Lamaisa? Yeah. V'hinei. Kivin shedafka b'toich ha'choshech. Since that specifically through the darkness, nikra ha'or b'yasasais, we can reveal the light in a much greater power. L'chein ha'halachos v'hanhagos heim shalavelis ubechi. So we clearly, our active, what do we do to tap into this? We do the Hilchas Avelis. We tap into all the halachas of the Avelis. And the point of all these things that we're doing during the 3 weeks and the 9 days and Tisha B'Av in specific, lahargish kama la b'chitzayin, is to feel the external negativity, ad kadei bechi, till I cry from it, v'azl is bindem pnima, and then to look into the deeper aspect of it, v'liris is ashchina shemasteres b'soicha koishi, to go into the darkness, to feel the pain, like Bernie always says, sit with it, sit with the pain, don't push it away,
Yeah, Bernie.
and then go into it, and then find Hashem in it.
Awesome.
V'lachein dafka mi shezeichel esabel karoi. Therefore, like the Gemara says, that dafka somebody who's zeicha to actually mourn the churban, azai mitoichu b'platei achar abchia, who's zeicha lahargish is ha'orish Tisha B'av. That same person will, when Mashiach comes, be able to be zeicha and understand the Yom Tov of Tisha B'av because he's tapping into it now.
Awesome.
Because if you look into the negativity, and you look into the negativity and look deeper and deeper and say, oh my God, this is really, truly the best thing for me.
Right.
This idea that the X, Y, and Z happened to me, that appeared on the surface level as, oh crap,
Punishment.
oh crap, oh my God, sit with it for a minute, sit with it, and then say, oh my God, this is truly the best thing that ever happened to me. Ki be'emes ha'kol zeh rak Hashem yisbach, hazai b'zeh adam zeichel iskashi yoyis pnimi v'omek ha'mashkin ha'kdash, v'lechein, achatz ha'yom kom levkos. That's why, after Chatzos, on Tisha B'Av, we stand up, we stop the whole game, we start sitting on regular chairs, we're done. Ki abchiyah rak kli lahasak es ha'or. Because the whole idea of the crying was only to create a vessel so that we can get the light. Let's get the light. We did the action that we needed to do to tap into it. Now we tapped into it through sitting on the floor, through fasting, through all of that, through feeling it.
So now that we did 15 hours of it, we're good, and we don't need to do 24.
I
relate a lot to what you said, and now you have to use trust. You have to use trust to believe the people that you're listening to, that they know what they're telling you. That's where you implement the trust over here and say, okay, the rabbis know what they're talking about, and I can't just say that I'm triggered. I can't just say that just because I'm supposed to be in a certain space. So now I'm going to use the trust. So now you're telling me I'm using the trust, but you don't really have to do a full send. You have to do it halfway.
No, the idea is we understand. The first step is to understand that it's Yom Tov.
First of all, great.
First understand.
You have to cry before you laugh.
Exactly.
The
First
crying
understand
leads you
that
to
it's a
love.
big.
I can't laugh the hardest if I don't cry. Thank you, Jews.
Let me explain
It's
to you.
the ultimate Jewishness. That's as Jewish as it gets.
The idea is to the way
That's how we work.
You know what Jackie Mason said?
No.
He said, you used to be, you go into a restaurant, the waiter comes over to you, is everything okay? Now you go into a kosher restaurant, the waiter comes up, is anything okay?
The way he's explaining it, it's just a sikum, is that it's Yom Tov. First thing is it's Ma'yid, it's Yom Tov. Second thing is the reason we experience it as pain is because we don't have the vessels to accept this light. The third thing is, he said, is in order for us to accept this light, we have to go into the negativity and into the klipa, into the samach mem, into the thing that's covering the light, and tap into that energy of the dark side in order to get through, which is the ultimate level. You know, Rav Nachman and Shpal Yezayda, right, had the biggest fight from the biggest fights in Chassidim was between Rav Nachman and Shpal Yezayda. Shpal Yezayda was Malamed Ben Nisim. He was able, you came to him with anything, he'd make a table full of food, he'd make refuahs, no problem. Rav Nachman, you don't have, in all the stories and all the Torahs from Nachman, we don't have a lot of moifsim from him at all.
You have any?
Rav Nachman from Breslau?
Yeah, we don't have any moifsim really.
Only
None of the
that's what we're
stories.
talking about.
Every other Rebbe you have moifsim.
No stories of Nachman?
No miracle. Yeah, I mean, the water and
Well, I'm saying it's not a thing in
in the forest, he
Breslov.
always had a minion and
It's not a thing in Breslov to tell moifsim from
They
Rav
walk
Nachman.
on water.
That's not the walk on water thing is not a thing in Breslov, which is very interesting. They talk about the Rabbeinu a whole day, but not in that concept. Because Rabbeinu took a whole different approach.
He never told anybody to go into real estate.
He said, bring it down. Stop being so ethereal. I understand you could do Moivsim up
Good
there.
word.
I know you can check out and you can do all that stuff. But we live here. Let's talk emotion. Let's talk what we're dealing with. Let's bring all that stuff down here. And Shmuley says, "What are you talking about? Bring all those highest levels down here. It has to stay up there." And that was the real argument between them, Chachma and Bina, of arguing. And Reb Nachman said, "No, I can go down into Bina and I can go down into depths. And then when I rise
Listen to
back,
Joey Rosenthal?
yes,
Yes.
yes, very
Yes,
much,
exactly.
and then rise it back up. And the way he explains it is, and then the Bina connects back to the Chachma and creates Kesef. That's the ultimate, when you can go down, and it's the exact same idea of what we're saying here. On Tisha B'Av, we're going and connecting to that Bina, to the dark place, so that we can bring it back up to the ultimate Yantav of Kiva Maye, that there'll be a Yantav. Very good.
Whose book is that?
Rabbi Shemaiah.
L'chaim, l'chaim, l'chaim.
Han.